welcome to beautiful La Playa Negra in Costa Rica. So we get a lot of questions about why did we leave America? Why did we choose to move to Costa Rica? So first of all, one reason why we left is because of the food in America. Y'all notice the pesticides, the chemicals, the preservatives. And we had a few misconceptions about the food here, about how clean we thought it was going to be, and all of that. I'll get more into that. You can look for my misconceptions on Costa Rica video about that. But another reason why we chose to move here was because of the laws in America. So the impending laws, you can't lift a finger without following a regulation in America versus here they do what they got to do and they let people do what they got to do to survive. If you want to build an A-frame, or you can look at this structure right here, you can build anything here. Like if you want to build something, it's unsafe, there's nails coming from it, but nobody's going to stop you from building whatever you want to build or doing whatever you want to do here to survive. I'll put a video in of people on the street. So many people have their baby just right in front of them on a bike, on a motorcycle, no helmet. It's just what you want to do. Not saying that it's safe or whatever, but it's all on you and what you want to do. Okay, another reason we left America, came to Costa Rica, was because of American capitalism. Like everything is about money in America. Everybody's trying to get ahead of everybody else. Everybody's trying to be a millionaire. And here it's just a lot slower. It's a slower way of living. Nobody is just trying to make money on everything. As a matter of fact, their government has like things set up where you can't just come over here and like run it up. I mean, you can like with Airbnb and stuff, but as you'll see, Uber is illegal. That's because there's so many locals that are taxi drivers and collectivos. There's so many tuk-tuks. They don't want to cut their local people out for making money. Their government has it set up that way. So the capitalism in America was a turn off for us because it creates you being like capitalist and you wanting money all the time. Another reason we came was for the lower cost of living, right? And it is a lower cost of living, but it's not like we thought it was going to be. So again, please watch my misconceptions that we had prior to coming to Costa Rica video, because a misconception was that we thought everything was going to be dirt cheap. It's not, okay? The rent is a lot cheaper, like the cost of living in a home is a lot cheaper. However, food, not that cheap. Necessities, hygienics, about the same price. Specialty items or clean items, like what we prefer, more expensive than at home. Just to keep it all the way transparent, okay? So that's why we moved. Now let's talk about how we moved. Let's get into the details of how we actually got here. So first of all, we came up with a mindset. In America, we are conditioned to think that other places are third world countries, that other places aren't sanitary, that other places don't have what we need. And that is just a conditioning of being in America. So first you have to break that mindset that something's wrong with everything outside of America. It's not. It's not true. Okay. For example, everybody loves to think like this might be a third world country. Things don't look as clean or nice, like the buildings in certain places don't look as clean and nice, especially outside of the capital. However, one of their laws here is that for you to have a gun, you have to renew that registration every 2 years. Part of that renewal is a psychological evaluation. There is no psychological evaluation to own a weapon in America. Not one. Okay. I mean, what's third world about that? So change your mindset of how you view other places abroad and how you view America if you're thinking about moving abroad. The second thing we did was we sold all our stuff. We got rid of all of our cars, our furniture. We started with, I think, selling our couches, and then we sold car after car. Okay, that was why we left America and why we came to Costa Rica. And here's the how. So first of all, we sold all our stuff. We sold both of our cars. We sold all our belongings, and we actually did it pretty quick. So the cars took a while. We probably started that like 8 months prior to our move. But everything else we got rid of with the quickness. And then we also packed everything up in one big bag and like 3 book bags. So we sold all our belongings. The next thing was to secure online revenue. Now, you'll find that there's no job opportunities in Costa Rica, especially for immigrants. So everyone will instruct you to already have some kind of online revenue before you get here, and that's important because you don't want to get here with like just a few thousand saved up and be like, well, I'll find a job. You can find an online job from back home or somewhere else, but as far as an actual online job here, not gonna happen, not likely. So secure online revenue. The next thing we had to do was we joined a bunch of Facebook groups. There's Costa Rica Facebook groups, there's Black expats in specific towns. We also decided what area we would like to come based off doing research on YouTube and Facebook, asking the groups like, hey, what area would be good for a Black family? And that's how we landed on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. So do your due diligence, ask plenty of questions. There are people that are willing to help, people that are here that are willing to help. So make sure you voice those. And the next thing that you must do, you must do, is download WhatsApp. Okay, that's the only way you're going to survive here. And I suggest doing that like a month or two prior to coming, because that's how you're going to connect with locals. That's how we connected with our driver. That's how we connect with other groups. There's WhatsApp groups for Costa Rica. So we definitely downloaded that and started reaching out to people prior to getting here to find a long-term stay. And we actually booked an Airbnb for the first like 4 or 5 days. We found a place to rent long term, but we ended up coming back to the Airbnb. So um, that is the how. That's how we actually got here. We landed in the capital, San Jose. That's about the only place you can land. And then we drove 4.5 hours to Puerto Viejo, which is here in the Caribbean side. And we didn't drive. We actually got a ride. Like I said, we connected with a driver. So like I said, follow us on YouTube, on TikTok. I do have a misconceptions video because even though we did a lot of research for years and years and years, we had quite a few misconceptions prior to coming that we see now. And we've had our own experiences, separate from others. So definitely stay tuned and we will give you guys some more information. If there's anything that you would like to ask, please drop a comment below, like the video, and subscribe.